Now, someone brought this up. I don't know whether this is true or not, but since you know him, you might be able to answer this question. There is this rumor that Steve Harvey tried to get Bernie Mac's role on Ocean's 11,
right,
and even try to like undercut him in price and stuff like that. Do you know anything about the story?
I've heard that, but I don't know that that's true.
Okay.
I've heard that before, so I don't know that that's true. It doesn't seem like something I've seen before. I've seen it do, so I don't know if that's true.
What was Steve and Bernie's relationship like?
Well, when they were, it was weird because when we were on Kings of Comedy, Sid and Steve were on the project together, and me and Bernie were. Like, I was on ABC, and he was. So we would kind of all just hang out together. So I never knew that anything was weird until later on. But I think that for the good of the thing that we were doing, the good of the project, you never saw anything but respect and people being cordial. So when I found out later on that there was something other than that, it just seemed out of sync with what I'd experienced on the Kings of Comedy. So I never saw them do anything like that. I never did. And if I did, it would be simple enough to say it.
John Witherspoon said something interesting. What I think was his last interview ever before he passed away. He said that Steve Harvey actually fashioned himself after Richard Pryor, down to the mustache and the dress and the overall style and everything else like that. Which there's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
I mean, Richard Pryor was everyone's hero at one point.
Who wouldn't?
Right.
Who wouldn't?
Did you notice that at all? Have you ever talked to him about that?
I didn't. But I think it's hard to be not influenced by, I think, the greatest comic that ever lived, right? Like, so he was our North Star. So it wouldn't shock me. I mean, if you could grow, let me tell you something. If you could grow a mustache like Richard Pryor, I would do it. But I'm not capable.
You've always talked about your goatee but no mustache.
No, I wish I could do it.
Well, what's going on with your mustache? Have you ever grown your mustache out?
I have, and it's nothing like that.
Might have to
it looks like all that's left of my ex-girlfriend.
Might have to get a hair transplant.
Yeah, no,
do that.
I
think
but people are doing that, right? But I think that those things are, what do they say, flattery. Imitation is the greatest form of flattery. I think you had a lot of people who were, just like now, I think Chappelle is that way, where people kind of emulate his cadence, his style, I think that, so there are these people that kind of, these outliers that kind of just, everybody's drawn to, and they kind of set the North Star, and people try to gravitate toward that. But that wouldn't shock me.